gift through his word. It's God's gift through his word. It's God's gift through his word. It's God's gift through his word.
Hey everyone, hello. So super excited, right? I can't tell you guys how excited I am, but I'm gonna do it right now. Get myself all situated. I'm excited because of the book, because of the I can push it. Well, because of that right there. Let me see if I can do it because my fingers don't always go right. Let me up there. The gift of finding God's love. Guilt and shame turned into my shot. I did it right there. But I am super excited. I wanted to just let you guys know I'm excited for new things happening. The Lord is doing amazing things, and He always is. And one of the things that I wanted to share is, do everything in faith. I know it can be scary. I get it. Because listen, I just had an interview that I just did, and I was telling the interviewer, man, when I wrote this book here, I was super uber scared because at the time when I put it out, I was married. I was married to the person who was causing me harm, was doing the abusing, was in fact scary dude, my ex-husband. And I was like, you know what? I probably shouldn't put this out because he's going to find out and it's going to be really bad for me. But guess what? I followed what the Lord said. I put this out not just for me, but there are other women that are believers in the body of Christ, and they have gotten bad teaching as I did. Hearing from the pulpit, no matter what, stay married to the man. And if you do not like what's happening, just separate, but never ever get a divorce. I'm like, but wait a minute, what? I am supposed to stay married to a person that literally wants to end my life, and I'm just supposed to stay married to them? See, that's what I found that was incorrect. So when people ask me, well, what about those that tell you not to get a divorce? I would say when it comes to domestic violence, absolutely you do. Now, you might have a different opinion from me, but I don't think anybody should stay in a marriage where murder could potentially happen. Okay. And that's what till death do us part. That's not what that means. Till death do us get murdered. No. And I wanted to reiterate that because I'm feeling very invigorated. So if you haven't gotten the book, I hope that you will. So give me just a second because I am going to share something with you guys. I've been practicing my skills. So I'm going to share with you guys a special thing. And you guys are like, wait a minute, what? What is she sharing? I'm going to share with you this page. Okay. I'm going to share it. Here we are. Sharing. Voila. Now, this is the Gift of Finding God's Love page for the book. And I'm going to go down here and raise it up. So these are the places where you can find it. So I didn't even know all these places. I mean, I knew about Barnes and Nobles and Amazon. And of course, it's on Walmart.com, but I didn't know about Reader's House, iTunes, and Google Play. I didn't know about all those other places, but you could get the book from there and many, many other online stores. So I was like, okay, come through. This is one of the things that I enjoy. Like when you want to do something, you go out and do it. And I did. I found that this is it. And this is my publisher's, my author's page from my publisher. But this is where I found that, man, this is me. This is what I decided, that I'm going to not walk in fear. I'm not going to be afraid of what I've come through. In fact, this adversity, this challenge where I found myself dealing with this marriage, and I was married for 12 years. I was separated for 4. I was married for 8, but in totality, it was 12 years. I couldn't even believe it because I cut off the 8 in my mind, but I was still legally married for the other 4 years, which gave me 12 years. But with all of that, that was a long time for me. And I never actually gave myself any kudos for listening to what the Lord said. I never did. I just kept knocking myself down and all of those things. But, there are parts of me that sometimes I'm like, Lord, am I doing right? Am I doing this right? And for a long time, I didn't think so. For a long time, I didn't think so. So I wanted to share one of my poems from the book itself, because why not? Because this is where I'm at in the Gift of Finding God's Love studio. So we're just going to talk about the book, all things the book. And actually, also, I got to get a picture for you guys. I had a banner made where I'm offering myself to speak as well. And I'm just putting myself out there. I mean, if you don't know what you can do. You don't know what you're capable of. And I don't have a problem speaking, and I've been a speaker at different events, but for me, this time, me doing it myself instead of someone asking me, like having a whole event, just me alone. And I'm going to think about really, pursuing that aspect as well. Just an event myself, just talking about the book, and that's it. And really encouraging others to stand up, because not only is this an encouragement for people that might find themselves in domestic violence, it's an encouragement for anyone that finds themselves in a toxic or environment where the people are treating you less than, and you know that the Lord is telling you to leave that environment, to leave that place, to leave those people. And sometimes we stay and then we complain about, I don't understand why the Lord would allow this to happen. When the Lord always gives us opportunities, He always gives us ample opportunities to make a decision to leave. Now, I'm not going to say it's easy. Now, do not mistake in leaving for, it's going to be easy. No. It's not going to be easy, but you are going to have to trust Him if you're going to move forward. So I wanted to share, like I stated, I wanted to share one of these poems with you guys. And one of the poems that I like to share, I have about 3 in here, but this one is one of my favorites that I wrote. And when I wrote 3 of these poems, all 3 of them, I was in California, where this is based and written. And I was sitting in front of a bench, like they have the concrete benches. And I was sitting in front of the benches, sitting there, and I had my pen and my little paper. And that day, it was morning time. I was watching the ocean come in and out in the breeze, and I was watching some boats that were on the sea, and I was just sitting there, and I got my inspiration just watching and thinking about, wow, the Lord's love is deep, so deep and so vast, as vast and wide as the ocean as I can see. And I couldn't see all the end of the ocean. And for us humans, we can't even go to the depths of the ocean because we can't make it down that far. But His love is so wide and so deep. How deep is the Lord's love for us? So when I found the gift of His love for me, it really had me to sit and think. And I was thinking about how amazing He is. And it caused me to write one of these poems as I sat watching the ocean. And it goes like this. And the title is, I Survived, I Am Alive. I survived, I am alive. You thought I would not go because I loved you so. I survived. I am alive. Truth be told, I always wanted to go. I survived. I am alive. My children watched how you hurt me time and time again. I survived. I am alive. You said I am too ugly to find anybody else. I survived. I am alive. You said you loved me and found others to love as well. I survived. I am alive. I never knew I could be raped by a person I trusted. I survived. I am alive. You choked me in an attempt to stop my life. I survived. I am alive. God has kept me all these years. He will continue to keep me. I am no longer afraid because I survived. I am very alive. It challenges me because I know, and hopefully this doesn't get banned because of the word I used, which was supposed to be great, but that's literally what I have in here. And because that actually happened, it was hard for me to understand if I found a husband, this man that I thought was going to love and care about me totally did not. Didn't care anything about me. And the abuse was often, and it was a struggle. There were some things I dealt with that I did not put in this book because it was too graphic. But there were some things that had happened in that marriage. It's like I would not wish anyone to do. There were a lot of intimate things, very, very strange occurrences for me that I wouldn't normally do. And one day I may talk about that in an intimate, very intimate setting with just a few people. But for those of you that find yourself in domestic violence, I want to encourage you so much because this is my heart's plea. Please don't stay in something where that person, time and time again, they tell you they're sorry. They apologize and they mean it this time. They really, really don't understand how they could hurt someone they love. They just get so overwhelmed with passion that they just have to lash out, and you're the punching bag. You're the emotional trash can. You're the one that they want to inflict harm on. But then come back and say, I love you so much. I care about you so dearly. It took a while for me to understand that that was just words being said so that I would stay. It was not words that actually warranted a change on his part. And it messed up a little bit of my character, trying to cut me down and change who I was, really dim my shine and my sparkle. And if any of you know, and I'm wearing some now, right? I love glitter. I love sparkle. I love unicorns. I love those things. I have a whole glitter cup. This is silver. This is my newest edition. Okay. I'm going to take some water, excuse me. This is my new edition. But that's my personality. And when someone finds that they see someone with a personality like that, they want to go after them and cut them down so they don't have that shine. They don't have that sparkle. They don't have that confidence. They don't have those things. Do you know why? Let me stop sharing and come back to you guys. Do you know why? Because they see in you what they want to be. They see in you what they want to become. They see in you a confidence that they must stop, that they must cut down. And it infuriates them to no end that how can you be this bubbly? How can you be this confident? How can you be this person going out doing these things? And in the midst, you're still yet cheery. Even if I talk about you, even if I lay hands on you, even if I try to stop finances from you, even if I tell family and friends how rotten and disgusting of a person you truly are, and that I am better than you, and I am the one that has to suffer with you and your behavior. I'm talking about the other person that's inflicting the harm, the abusive individual that thinks they are God's gift to you. And without them, what other woman, what other man would find you even remotely attractive? Seriously? Nobody would find you attractive. Nobody deems that you're worth anything, because to me, you're pure garbage. I found that I was living for a while thinking I was less than, thinking there was nothing better, that there was nothing greater out there for me. I thought that the Lord had left me, and I thought in my head that this is as good as I'm going to have in life. I'm going to be in an abusive relationship, and it's just going to be like that for eternity, and I just have to suffer through. That's a terrible way to live a life. That's a terrible way to have your life. That's a just a horrible way to be. Period. That's a horrible way to think about who you are. And one of the things that I love in the word, and God is so amazing. And I want to be 100% clear. The Bible does not condone abuse. Even when you see it in there, God is not on the bandwagon of saying, "Hurrah, let's go, abuse, let's go." He's not. And sometimes people misconstrue what the Bible actually says about some of these things. And when these things are in the Bible, there are things that are there because man did it. God is just saying this is what you need to do, but does he condone the abuse? No. What? Not even a little bit. God is so faithful. If we would just find our confidence in him and find that you stand on what you know. What you don't know, you just don't know. But what you do know about God and what you do know about him, you stand for it. I thought for years when I was in this situation that it could never get better. I used to cry something fierce all the time, and I would put on all different kinds of Christian gospel songs to just touch my heart. I'm like, Lord, I don't know. I would put on Fred Hammond's All Things Are Working. I would put on Leandria Johnson's Better Days, because I knew better days were coming and I knew God was going to work things out. I didn't know how. I would find myself back in the day when X was Twitter and Twitter had Periscope, and I would find myself trying to talk to strangers about my situation. And I would find that was my solace, was to get on lives and just speak about things. This is not a first for me. I was doing this back when I was in the situation, and I didn't know how to help myself. I didn't know who to reach out to. I didn't know what to really do. So I found myself talking, because for a while, talking for me, when it came to my family, it wasn't welcomed. In fact, it was totally invalidated. Like, please stop talking. Everything you say is pointless. And you know what? You need to calm down, because you're getting up there. You're a little crazy, but that never stopped me from believing in my Lord. Now, I will give it to you guys. I wasn't that biblically literate at the time, but what I knew, I held on to. And sometimes when that's all you have, that's what you go on. You hold on to that very thing that you know. You know that Jesus is Lord. You know he's the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, and you know that he sits on the right hand of the Heavenly Father, interceding on your behalf. And you know that without a shadow of a doubt. There's nobody that could take that from you. So when you know what you stand on it in faith and you run for it. There are some new things that are coming on the horizon that God is going to be doing. And I'm not predicting anything like a prosperity gospel teacher or one of those weird prophetess or prophets. I'm not doing that. What I am saying is God is always doing new things. He's always changing things. He doesn't change, but he's always doing new things. He always does. He always will. And because he's the creator, always creating new things, and we should be excited for those new things that are coming and not be afraid. Like, okay, I haven't done this before. I'm a little apprehensive, but you know what? God's got my back, and I'm going to go with God because you know what? With God, all things are impossible. Nothing is impossible for God, and nothing is too big for God to overcome and conquer for you, for me, for those that will believe in him. Don't you know that he loves you so much? Sometimes we think nobody anywhere loves us. It's a sad feeling when you think that. It's a sad feeling when you think nobody in this world, not the word, but in this world cares for you. Can I let you know that he does? So much so, what did he do? He gave his only begotten son. Absolutely, he did. He gave his only begotten son that you and I would have eternal life. Your eternal security is wrapped up, tied up, and tangled up in Jesus Christ. What a good God and a mighty God we serve. And when we sing those songs and we say those, do we mean it? Because I hope you do. I'm just adjusting all over the place. I hope you do. And I found myself being a little bit scared of things for myself, things that he had given me, things, talents and things and gifts and abilities that he's given me. And I'm like, no, Lord, I can't do that because people are going to make fun of me. People are going to talk about me. People are going to say all manner of things against me, Lord. I can't do it. But I did it anyway. And I look forward to speaking in front of big audiences, singing in front of big audiences if the Lord allows that. But don't get scared. Just run on in faith. You got to have faith. Because this book, this testimony of mine would have never happened. Not without faith and not without courage that God gave me. Not without, let me, you got to watch. Here, I'm going to do it. There. No, I should. Anyway, it's over here. Hold on. I'll get my hand together. There it is. I have so much fun talking about the Lord. I have so much fun talking about who God is. God brings me joy. He is my joy. The joy of the Lord is my strength. The joy of the Lord should be your strength. When you find yourself with people that don't agree with you, what do? You pray for them. You be kind to them. Do you have to be around them all the time? If you're working with them, possibly. If not, not necessarily, but you be kind to everyone. Why? Because that's required. You don't have to put on airs of I hate this person. Whoa, hang on a second. There are people who are going to be mean and nasty. That's just their demeanor. That's just them. But God requires us as children of the Most High to love them. He said, you must love those who what? Who spitefully use and abuse you. You not think I have to love this man? He's my ex-husband, but all the things that he did to me, I still have to love and forgive him. Now, will you see me ever going back to him? That's a hashtag, not going to happen. No. But God does require me to forgive him. But I won't be dancing in that pool again. But I appreciate what I've learned, what I've grown because of it. I've grown so much, immeasurably more than I thought I would, especially with biblical things. Like, I can't tell you guys how amazing God is, but I'm going to keep telling you guys, because you need to understand that there is a God that loves you. There is a God that cares for you. There is a God who sees you in your darkest hour. When you're alone and tears just start streaming down your face because things are just hard, know that the Lord is right there with you. He's never going to leave you nor forsake you. And you don't need to be dismayed nor afraid, because the Lord goes before you and he'll always be there. Now, you may not understand at the time why you're going through a certain particular season. You may not understand, and that's okay. What you need to do is be faithful and trust that the Lord has your best interest at heart. And when he places individuals in your life, they're there for a reason. I know I get new people in my life often that I've never, ever met, and their season is now to be in my life, for me to meet them now. So we all have that time to do that. So I hope you guys will continue to do that and listen and join, of course, listening to the podcast, God's Gift Through His Word. And for those of you that didn't know, this book right here, it brought about God's gift to His Word, this podcast here, that I could not do if I didn't have the Lord. So that'll be 2 times you guys saw me today. I don't know if I got one more in me. You guys might see me again. But I did want to come on here and just share a little bit of encouragement again. Be excited for the new things God is going to do, because he's going to do something new. Can't you see it? Can you not perceive it? He's going to make rivers in your desert. You don't have to worry about the wilderness, because he's going to be right there. And if you trust him all the way and you run on faith and you walk by faith, not by sight, you'll see that you'll be growing exponentially in your word, in loving people. It's going to be something that you got to give out this glitter. Well, never mind. You'll give out the glitter. That's me. I got to give out the glitter. And I am excited for who God is bringing in my life. And I'm excited for you, because you know what? You might have gone through something too. You might have gone through some challenges. We're not just talking about me. You may have gone through something hard. Are you going to share your testimony? Are you going to let other people know how good God is and how he brought you out of that thing, how you overcame? Because that's what we're here to do. Encourage, inspire others. So I'm going to leave you guys for now. I thank you for tuning in. If you have not yet purchased the book, I hope you get it. And I'm going to once again share where you can also get it. So give me a moment as I do that. I'm going to share it with you guys one more time for good measure. Nothing wrong with sharing for good measure. I love that. So we are going to be, of course, sharing. So you guys can also get it at these lovely places online: Reader House, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, iTunes, Google Play, and many, many, many more. So just remember that you can get it there, and I hope you will. It's a great gift for anyone who's looking to really help someone, help somebody, share about God's love, share about his amazingness, and help somebody this holiday season to understand that they need to be encouraged, even if it's leaving a toxic workplace, even if it's leaving toxic friendships. Sometimes it's not just domestic violence. There are toxic things in our life. We have toxic family members. I know I do, and we need to leave them. Sometimes you need to remove yourself in order for people to appreciate you. Being around certain people doesn't guarantee that they're going to appreciate you when you are still there and they still are doing the same thing and they're still treating you the same exact way. The Lord requires that we change. We change in our prayer life. We will. So I'm hoping that you guys will go get the book, The Gift of Finding God's Love, Guilt and Shame, Turned into My Shine by yours truly. I don't have to do that hand thing because I feel like an Egyptian when I do that. Let's flow. Right? So I want you guys to have an amazing day. Remember, a big kiss from me to you. I love you with the love of the Lord Jesus Christ. And remember to be blessed, motivated, and always inspired to do what the Lord lays on your heart. You guys, I hope you guys have an amazing, fantabulous of a day today. And you'll see me around again because we're going to be talking about this book more and more. Yes, we will. Woo, 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 woo. Remember, get your copy if you haven't yet already done it. And if you're not a big, I don't want to do the whole paper thing, get it on digital. And FYI, if you said, I don't want to do the paper thing and I don't want to do the digital thing, but I just want to listen, audiobook is coming soon. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So you'll have 3 ways to check it out: by hearing, by seeing, and by seeing again. So I just want to encourage you guys, get the book if you have it. It's in paperback, it's in digital, and yes, it is coming to audio soon. So I will keep you guys abreast and a post of when that's coming up. So I'm excited it's coming. So I can't wait, and I hope you guys are excited as I am. A round of applause. So I'm going to get out of here. You guys take care. Remember, once again, be blessed, motivated, and always inspired to do what the Lord lays on your heart. And check out the book. I'm trying to get, look at, you know what? Never mind. I'm not going to try. I'm doing it and it's making a mess of my arm. All right, you guys take care. Have a blessed day. And thank you for tuning in and listening. Take care. God bless you.
God's gift.